Hey guys, we're back with another educational Storm gameplay footage commentary thing. It's pretty much I'm explaining exactly what I'm doing, and then like I also, if I see myself make a mistake, I'll point it out and all that stuff. So think of it kind of like as like a VOD review, but also like a learning moment because then you'll hear exactly what I'm thinking when I'm doing it. For the most part, at least. So we're gonna start here. So this only applies for Diamond and up. For those who don't know, when you reach Diamond 3, your entire lobby is made up of Diamond players. You get to have 2 bans per team. So most people just end up banning Hela and Hawkeye. Those are like almost always banned. And then Luna Snow's a high one, Mantis is a high one. I've seen some Hulk and Doctor Strange bans, and then Psylocke as well. But because of that system, like every other game, if people played with me the last game, Storm's banned, like every time. Or they just know me, so they just ban Storm. So I'm going to start here because look at who they banned. This is free. This is free. I I literally don't know. It's so free because there's just Cloak and Dagger for a defensive ult. That's it. So, which is actually funny because later in this, I actually I int because um I don't. I just like I ult on top of the Cloak and Dagger ult while they're on it. But yeah, and then so many of my friends, this is on the other team, so I'm kind of confused about their bans. But yeah, also, dude, look at this storm icon. Isn't that fucking beautiful? Look at that. That is sick. So if people don't know, you get a different icon for when you hit the highest proficiency level on a given hero. So like the Cloak and Dagger has one too. You can see it there. And that is the storm one. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move forward here. I'm gonna keep the volume a little bit low because I do talk during it. I don't want to like hear myself, but should be pretty good otherwise. I'm just trying to make it full screen quick. There we go. Okay. Okay. We're gonna start here. Okay, so I always speed people out of spawn. Okay, so this video mostly will be about I will try to focus on when you switch your aura. So, like, we all know that as Storm players, we have impeccable aura. Nobody wants to mess with us, because we're just, like, we're chads or whatever. Besides me making a stupid joke, this is what the video is going to be mostly looking at because it's, like, there's a lot of situations we wouldn't normally think of it of when to use your aura, and then also like ultimate usage, normal positioning stuff. But I'm gonna try to focus more on like your aura. So here, people were sitting on the cart. We're not pushing up, so it's on damage aura. And also, as a Storm player, you should always be looking at your backline, as much as you possibly can, because what you can do, so if you have your E up, let's say a Spider-Man dives you or your healers, as soon as they're there, you just press E and then you just start trying to kill them as fast as you can. Because the longer then they stay there, like they're like going to die if you hit them a little bit. So saving your E for that, saving that for dives, it's pretty good. And I always keep an eye on the backline as Storm just because I'm not frontlining and I'm kind of always using structures, and that usually leaves me like decently far back. So yeah, like here I just noticed the Spider-Man is killing the Rocket Res. And then I don't actually get him here, but giving him pressure, and then literally like the Spider-Man has not done one single thing this entire match. And then my team was good enough to just finish it off this way. Then here he comes in again. Then my damage boost and all that is able to bring out that kill for us. Now here, so we're up 3 currently. The kill feed, Bucky killed 2, and then we just killed the Spider-Man. So right now, we're not walking forward. We're sitting here and we're fighting them. So I have damage aura on. But then now, this is where, like, now we've killed 2 here. Now this is the part where we need to catch this cloak and dagger. My damage, you know, I could probably kill her. She's got, like, a lot of movement abilities that it's going to make it a little bit harder. So that 15% extra damage that I get is not going to do as much as if, here's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to switch to speed and speed people so that, you know, we can then catch her. Like, that Groot would never have gotten there to kill her unless that speed happened. So learning how to see a fight and see your advantage, and then you can either call it out or just turn on the speed for your team to then snowball it, and then you can build more staggers. You can take them by surprise. There's a lot of utility with this, with using speed, and it's like how early Overwatch, when you'd like speed boost in with Ryan Zarya onto like Volskaya Industries, for those who know, like, you just speed so quick into them, they just like can't do anything because you just are instantly deleting their team because you're on all of them at once. It's kind of like a similar principle. Yeah, and then also using speed to get better positioning and behind structures. The last video I had, like, I watched it back again, like, even then, some of my positioning just wasn't as good of staying behind structures. So something that I think about now is thinking about what's behind me, and if I'm like going to be reduced to 10 HP, will I be able to live? And that's like kind of how I do it. And then while you do that, you can also like analyze, oh, what threats are around me as well. Like, what is the chance I'm going to be moved to 10 HP? What is the chance that they could actually kill me in one hit or something, like things like that? What are their CC abilities? Can they take me out of the sky somehow? So yeah, there's a few things I think about the entire time. I don't like, so when I say think about it, I don't mean like actively like, oh, what CC's abilities? Like, I just see like I'll see a Punisher and be like, all right, I'm not gonna get like super close to him because I don't want to get hooked. It's really just like that. It's not like, yeah, because sometimes when people say these things, it seems to be like a little bit more complicated than what's actually going on in my head. But after a while, when you play the game enough, those things will be picked up, just and you'll just do them. But a suggestion for anybody out there who gets tips from this video or any other video, or watches their own stuff and wants to improve, is get some sticky notes and put them on your desk or your monitor or wherever you're playing, and put like 3 things, or even 1 thing if it's big enough, of things you want to make sure that you focus on for your session and things you want to improve on. And then when it's like on your monitor on your desk, then you look at it, so you keep getting that reminder, and it gets your brain thinking in that way. That's how I first ever improved that Overwatch, and it's tried and true. It'll work here too. Yeah, here I'm just using Storm's ability. That Spider-Man is not very good. Yeah, and then like here, we're just all sitting here, so I can just use my damage aura. There's no threats anywhere. Then this one, I go try to find this Punisher because he just ulted behind us alone, so he has no support. Okay, here I want to actually make a very big point about. So Psylocke ults right here. Okay, when you get Psylocke ulted, turn on your speed instantly. There's some ults where you want to stay. Okay, yeah, we'll just run through a few situations here, and then like the more as I point them out. So like something like Punisher ult. If a Punisher on your team is ulting, do not give him damage boost. He's gonna kill everybody anyway. Give him speed, and make sure you do the speed boost as well, because he's really slow in that. But if you can get him around a corner to catch the enemy, he's going to kill them. And it's not like, oh, I didn't have enough damage. He does have enough damage. So you don't have to worry about that. Psylocke ult, you can potentially save your entire team, and I've done it before, by just turning on speed so that they can run out of it, because the ult moves much slower than you do. Like here, I'm literally in the middle of it. Albeit, I would have died because Psylocke's ult hits like everybody like a certain amount of times. Like the more people she ults, the less effective it is. 90% sure on that. If I'm not right, like please tell me. But so yeah, I mean, I would have probably gotten hit. Yeah, I would have gotten hit again if I didn't speed out of that. Yeah, and then we kill her. Now we're not moving anywhere, so it's just damage boost. See, like how I'm like kind of in the middle of the team. I'm not like pushing up a ton because middle of the team, my tanks can turn around and see me. My healers can see me right in front of them. I'm gonna be safe. And then here we're just pushing our advantage. Yeah, okay. Doctor Strange ult. I've tried to do the running away from it thing when I see him like come in, but you have to see the Strange before he starts his ult. Otherwise, just leave your damage boost on and then press E, because it'll still go on while you're stunned. Um, but it's kind of a big counter to you. You can't really do much against it with your abilities. It won't take you out of your ult when you're ulting, but if you're channeling your ult, like when you first press it, it will do that. But it'll put it down to 50%, so you don't, it's like, whatever. Yeah, but I would leave it on damage R personally, because trying to speed out of it just doesn't really work. Then here, I ult because it seems like we're struggling to finish off this fight, so I just wanted to just, like, clean this up. Unfortunately, though, the rocket rezzed the cloak, and then I did missed a few shots on Hulk, so it was just over. So now here, what I should have done earlier is turn on speed. Like, this isn't my chance to get a few picks off. It's my chance to save the Strange from being staggered. I should have had speed on this entire time, and then he dies, and well, he gets rezzed by the, what's it called, the rocket thing. He could have avoided that, and then our Bucky could have been revived with it instead, and then we would have been 6 right here, and then, you know, caught the Strange off, and then probably killed him. So yeah, it's just a few things like that. But yeah, here I'm just holding the corner, holding this because we're not moving anywhere. Like my R is still good, so we don't have to push up much. I know I have my Groot here. I'm looking for flanks. There's a portal, figuring out what's going on. This Thor was just like doing nothing. Like, he ends up killing one of my healers, but yeah, I just decided to apply frontal pressure because I don't have a tank there. Yeah, and then the Thor's there. The Cloak and Dagger didn't say anything, didn't ping him or anything like that, so it's like also a little bit on them. Yeah, here is where I speed out the Strange, and this is fine. This is good. I don't know why, like, I switched this damage there for no reason. Like, it's kind of, doesn't really make any sense there. Like, don't do it for, like, minimal damage. You want to have, like, that sustained damage aura, so points where you can use it a little bit longer. Like, here I'm going in for ult, otherwise this would be terrible positioning. None of them shot me once, which was crazy. That's the first time a Hulk's ever done that to me, by the way, so I was a little bit... But it's actually probably better, because now I just get to use my ult a little bit later, because when you get stunned out of your ult, it goes to 50. When you get killed, it goes to 0. So, I mean, I guess I'm fine with this. And then, yeah, they have 3 tanks, and I think they have 3 healers, too. Or maybe it's just 2. No, they have the Iron Man. Okay, yeah. But yeah, damage boost, Psylocke ult, all that stuff. Yeah, see, now I have my ult again. Like, it really didn't matter. So, if that fight went on any longer and, like, they had the proper heals, if our Groot wasn't blocking them off, we would have just been fine. Yeah, here's a speed angle because they just spawned there, so we want to chase them down. Now they're stuck in the Groot ult, so you switch to damage, and then it's just, you know, just killing them here. There's no reason to turn on speed because they're right in front of us. Now, like, later, you'll see in a second, when more of their team shows up, Doctor Strange gets a little bit low. Psylocke doesn't have as much space. Now this is a speed out opportunity. Because we don't have, like, we're not just, like, fighting them right there. We're kind of, like, just killing one person that's just stuck. Like, here's a storm opportunity because we're not running into them, but we do have, like, our entire team here. And now here, like, we can shoot them all from right here, so we don't need to speed. So the thing is, speed is catching up to people or, like, pushing in aggressively. But, like, yeah. Don't by any means, like, I've never had to like rely on it to like make a push. I've never done that before. It just doesn't really seem like that's the point. Rather just use it like adaptively and use it yourself. And then also additionally telling people, hey, I'm speeding you out. I'm speeding you out. Also fine. Because so Storm's wind blasts at point blank do 50 damage, and then they do 58 or something like that, 57 with the damage boost on. So it's like it's a rounding thing, so that's why it doesn't exactly equal like 15%. Yeah, I didn't die a single time that round, by the way. So that's like good aura management with the speed can definitely help you out there and make it so that even if you do get shot, you're just never going to be caught to the same degree as, I don't know, if you didn't have it on. Like playing close to the walls, having speed like ready to go, things like that. Snowballing fights, like what possible world could you die? Especially with Hela and Hawkeye banned, you're not dying. Because Punisher starts shooting you, even if Hela starts shooting you, you just dip back into cover. They're not touching you. So, like, I will say this also now. People asking for Storm to get, like, oh, Storm needs buffs. You're just wrong. Play her better. Like, I have had no issue with this character. She's the exact same as she was in the beta. I don't think she needs any changes. I think she's just as good then as she is now. She's a great character. You just don't see it as like Hela. She kills everybody. That's like her thing. But Storm isn't the one that just team wipe. It's the one that gets your team to wipe, like the entire team. So it does rely a little bit on your team being good enough to make use of your aura, but I'm still at a positive win rate, so if they're at least somewhat sensible here, then I'm good. Yeah, let's turn the audio back on. Yeah, so they have a Black Widow. So, which, playing like, nobody picks it. I wasn't expecting it, so I got like to 20 HP almost right away there. But now that I play with it, I'm just trying to give her pressure so that she can't do anything else for the rest of my team. And yeah, she was just straight looking at me, so this Psylocke just killed her. And then seeing the healers low, shooting at them. Also, when you're positioned in a spot, especially on this map, let's see if I can actually open up my Epic pen here. Not Epic Games, but this. Something you can do. So, like, we'll switch the color to pink for the enemies. Like, if they're sitting like this, kind of like walking up here, your wind blasts, you want to ideally like hit as many of them as you can because they're like they pierce, right? And so you can build more ult. But in situations like this, like when they're just kind of isolated, either helping your tanks when they get another tank low or shooting the healers seems to be totally fine because unless you're close enough to land more shots on healers, or if you see pressure from a flanker, Storm's not really the best at like targeting the healers as much, in my experience, unless it's her ult, but rather creating that frontal pressure to be that much stronger so that the rest of your team can get to them. That seems a little bit better. I'm not like saying whatsoever, by the way, that it's not something you should do. There's 100% there are situations where you should be doing that, but I just think that there's most of the time you're just going to be kind of shooting through the team rather than specific targets. But yeah, it's very adaptable. That's like kind of what Storm is based on the situation. You're changing your aura, you're changing who you shoot. Yeah, so like low people, going for them. Also, if you don't have this already, make sure you turn on allied health bars. You need it for Storm. Turn that shit on. Yeah, it's in your settings. It's in-game settings. It's usually something people always tell you to turn on. So if you've seen any sort of like tips video, I guarantee it's in there. If it's not, well, don't watch their videos ever again. Yeah. Also, I sit here on Yggdrasil because people always try to jump up to this high ground. And I can just like move my spot from like, so I usually like sit right here. I just like move around and then I can pressure them a little bit. And most of the time they can't really do anything in response to that. They just have to leave. But if they do shoot me, then I can always go down below like this little ledge here. So it's pretty safe to just kind of sit in that spot. The only problem is, like, I mean, here I probably should have backed up more, but there's no spots really past that. Because if you go to the statue to the right of where the camera is right now, then you're a little bit isolated if they decide to push you. And if you go to the left, you have to play, like, directly on the ground, and you can't get any sort of leverage. So, letting them get past this choke, yeah. Like, here, like, I should have just had the damage aura on. But, not that it mattered. I mean, we were dead anyways. That Strange just actually hit a good ult. Yeah, also, I said this in the last video, but you can, like, buffer the E so that right when you respawn, you're getting the speed boost already. This is actually, by the upcoming, is, like, the craziest contest ever. I, like, saw it in my mind's eye that it was winnable, so I just fucking went for it. Here's Psylocke pressuring the healers. I see it, so I go on them. Both healers dead. Okay, this looks amazing. Then I come here, hit 2 shots right away. Then I kill the Star-Lord. And then, like, here's where we start to win. So I took this because I saw somebody on the point, so I knew I could ult their healers. That was fine. Also, anytime you ult when you're, like, contesting the last part of a point, make sure somebody's on it if you're going for the people you need to. Otherwise, you got to be the one to ult on point. Then the people were close enough to me, like with that Hulk, that like the Hulk couldn't hold all of them back from getting here. So if I made enough pressure here, either the Hulk would come back or they would be able to just deal with the Hulk there. And unfortunately, he just ended up hitting both of us with this ult. And he didn't even kill us with it. Like, he just dies here. And we, like 100% sure we would have won this if it wasn't for that. But yeah, because the execute, you can see in the kill feed right now, the execute's what got us. So I think I still would have been alive. But yeah, we probably would have killed them there. Regardless, though, it was pretty good. Yeah, so also, this is a game that I did like phenomenally better on than the last VOD I did. But I also wanted to show people that it's not like I'm only relying on my teammates. And that, like, Storm can't carry. Because, like, you can carry a Storm, but, like, still it's, like, it's not just fragging. It's doing things for your team to help them accomplish what they're already doing better. So, yeah. Yeah, this one, yeah, just combination of me not noticing the Star-Lord sooner and maybe my healer's not looking up at me. Whatever. It's not detrimental that much. I think we back up here. Yeah, I mean, we still end up stabilizing because our healers are just pumping. Yeah, I try to do the speed again. This is when I was still, like, testing that to see if I could, like, move out of it quick enough. There are some situations when you can, when he's not right on top of you, but like I said, like, just keep it on damage. But because that's only if you have your E on. I guess speed's probably better because you'd be hit a few times and you want to get out. But, you know, you're saving like half a second. Really up to you, but I don't know what I said there. It wasn't flamed though, I promise. Yeah. Oh yeah, Storm is banned every game pretty much when I'm on it, so it's nice. Yeah, here again we're fighting here. We're not moving really. I think yeah, here the squishies are kind of pushed up. Yeah. Star-Lord ult, speed the squishies out, speed everybody out. You know, like, let's get them out of here. They seem to be close enough to the corner, so at that point, like, I can't help them more. They just weren't playing around the corner enough. Yeah, here, just go for the squishies. I saw them pushing up, and I wanted to stop their momentum they got with that ult. So I want to go for more kills, but I got the objective. I got one healer. The other one I wasn't going to get to. I should have just left with it and gone back towards the tanks. But here, like, I got greedy with my ult and I went in too late when it was already about to end. Then I died because of it. So I've gotten out of situations like that before, but you should really try to make sure you, like, achieve your mission. And if it doesn't look like it's going to happen, you know, you kind of have to make, like, a call there if you're going to die for killing them. And whether that's going to win the fight for you or not. So, yeah, you just kind of have to know with that, but always ulting the supports is pretty good. Usually if a support ults like a Luna Snow and there's no other ult or a ton of damage going out, I just leave. And I'll damage their front line as much as I can so I can make sure I get out and I'm still useful and I'm not just dead. Yeah, here we're just chasing down squishies, so I turn on speed. I go Star-Lord, I think got the Warlock because of that. And like here, now we're just holding the corner. He's looking for an Agamotto. There's this Doctor Strange ult. Yep, there it is. I just go for Strange, that's the first person I see. But now, after these walls... Yeah, they're just right here, so I still just keep it on damage, because I want to try to kill them before like they res and do more. But then lots of ults came out, so I speeded us back around this corner. Now we're playing here. Yeah, just speeding out of stuff. Speeding out is probably more helpful than speeding in. Kind of depends a lot, though. Yeah. I don't know if the audio is even audible because it's so quiet, but speeding out of ultimates. Like, if they just start ulting around a corner, just take your whole team and just say, hey, back up, I got speed. And you just literally run away from it, and then you just come back in, like, 5 seconds later. And, like, here, like, Hulk's ulting. They're alone, so I try to speed them out, but it looks like they just want to fight this. I'm like, alright, frock it, let's go. And I just ult this, go on the squishies. There's no cloak and dagger out because I just used it. And then I get a triple kill. And then I timed that perfectly. By the way, that was sick. I felt really cool about that, and I even just said it right there. Yeah. So ending that game 41-6 and 36, and this is a Grandmasters 3 and 2 lobby. Yeah, I haven't had as much time to grind up any higher ranks. I know there are higher ranks, but like it's right now it's still in like the speed run to the highest rank era. It's not actually the people that are going to be there. You know what I mean? Because like everybody's sort of in bronze 3, so they climb up and get there. And so people with more time that were good at the game just had to get up. So yeah, I'm still doing my grind, but that's like kind of my thought process with the speeding and the damage boost. Just to recap, speeding to get in or out, or if you need to try to regroup to recontest coming out of spawn. And damage boost is when you're in a certain area, you're not moving, you don't need to move, and you just want to pump out more damage. Because it's 15%. That's definitely, like, insane. Because, yeah, Black Widow can one-shot headshot. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, leave them in the comments. Yeah, and I'll respond to them all. But, yeah, I like doing videos like this. So they just end up flying by, and they're fun. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that jazz. It really helps out a ton. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.